2017 that he gave Dhawan's figures for. Mog, I fear you may have mistaken me for someone with a practical knowledge of music.
Well, here's this new bowler. I'll jingle him up after this ball.
And he's got a slip, and he's bowling over the wicket to the Indian captain, who manages to defend that into the onside for no run.
Due to massive interest, the test was scheduled, the lineups were set, and the crowd sat enthralled, because onto the ground strode a mighty great man. He was hefting the ball and declaring intent. Ribble, 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 ribble!
Kohli cover drives, a ball from Rubal Hussain out to the fielder at deep cover for a single.
Hey.
And the Indian 100 is up.
Woohoo!
Hey.
Woo! It's
I thought that was appropriate.
yeah.
Thanks for that.
They've been coasting. Go on, Severe. Go for it. After this ball, as Rohit defends. And he's able to take a single as it dribbles down to third man.
Sofa Katie's tweeted us saying, I hope you've let the listeners know Gorilla Prof. David Papineau has a new book on sport and philosophy. It's fab, and Gorilla are in the credits.
Is there a link? Is there a link there?
There's no link. Can we have a link, please?
If you have a link, we'll
Katie
retweet
Walker.
the link.
Thank you, Katie. You're
Good to hear you.
Sorely missed, love.
Greg Thomas, damn it, we must hear that Kohli the cat jingle again. By we, I mean me, winky face.
As Rubal is into Kohli, and Kohli goes back and knocks it to fine leg. And India seem content to do this at the moment with knocks to fine leg and third man. They're just taking the singles at will.
You know what?
What?
Poor Sterling!
We have a new listener, guys.
Oh, hello.
It's Amir, I hope I say this right, Amrik Singh, who's listening to us for the first time in Canada.
Wow.
Blame Canada!
And we've lost our new listener.
Yeah.
Everything's gone wrong since Canada came along. No, fantastic.
Well, great to have you with us.
Yeah.
As Rubal is in to Rohit, and Rohit tries to manoeuvre that into the onside, but can't do so. And it's picked up there at short mid-wicket. And there's a run.
I love Canada.
We should say, even if you are a new listener and you know nothing about cricket, because you know a gorilla and they forced you to listen, just tweet and say hi.
Yeah,
we'll say hi
please.
back.
Yeah.
Just let us know.
Randomly, just message
Just say
us.
hi. That's all you need to say in your
Yep.
tweet. PBR has said, I've got a complicated name. It's not that complicated. I just can't read.
Careful, I might miss a wicket here. Just hang on. Rubal's in. Oh, and he bowls a Yorker. That could have well have been a wicket, but it wasn't. It was a dot ball. It's the end of the over, 102 for 1.
Do we just claim everyone's a wicket?
Yeah.
Got him! He's bowled. No, he hasn't.
Yeah.
Mashrafa has bowled his knees, cough, hearts out. But how do you hide him in the field?
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, there are quite a few people. For the previous Rohit 4, someone literally just dived over the ball.
And then we've also got Sujit Y has said, do you think there will be any seats empty in the final match despite host England not making the finals? I don't think so.
No way.
Rajesh Shankar, 2011, India versus Pakistan, played semi, not finals, also drawn 46 runs today. Rohit is 41. Commentators, please focus on cricket.
I'm trying.
We are trying.
It's
It's quite hard doing this sometimes, you know.
If you want to come and have a go, I'm sure.
Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
Don't replace me if you think you're hard enough.
But
This is
then
a seriously hard group of people.
we've got some love. We have got some love.
And we've got a new bowler.
Oh, so we're going to have another jingle in a second. Are you ready yet?
Oh, no.
No, go.
Okay.
I think we'll probably have time for one delivery before the jingle as Mustafa comes in over the wicket and he bowls to Kohli, and that's just knocked out onto the onside. And I've given it away, but give us the jingle for the fizz.
At 16 he played lots. You know Mushfiq Rahim, a double century ago.
as Kohli's defending into the offside. I don't want to draw attention to our own incompetence, but I think that was the jingle from Mushfiqur Rahim rather than
Concentrate on the cricket, you two.
Yeah, we are trying.
I'm going to concentrate on the tweets.
Sorry.
There's only one. No, it's all right. It's all
I'm
right.
sorry, I might say
They're
your
right
name
next to
wrong.
each other.
Let's have the Fizz jingle
Here
after
we
his
go.
next delivery.
We like the jingles.
The
We'll play 'em
captain
all.
is really using his noodle. He's decided that it's time for ramen.
As Rohit plays a slower ball on the up into the offside. Doesn't quite time it, but I think they'll come back for 2 as it's fielded there at cover. And you're quite right to play the Mushfiqur Rahim. It's much better.
Yeah, it is. Actually, I prefer
It's a much
that
better
one.
jingle.
I might play it
Siri
again.
doesn't feature.
Yeah.
Okay, so Triambak Oja, I'm sure I've said that wrong, I'm so sorry, says extreme fun listening to your commentary from Singapore.
Whee.
Who finds the video boring?
What of us?
Yeah, I don't know.
What could we do to make it more exciting?
Don't ask for those kind of suggestions.
You're
Varun
so right.
Thapar has tweeted saying, you guys are awesome. Thank you for providing
Aw.
this service. Listening to the commentary at work from Canada.
You're
awesome.
You're awesome
You're
for
awesome.
listening to us.
We've got loads of Canadian love.
As the Fizz continues, he goes over the wicket to Rohit, who defends on the front foot, and there's no run.
Mog, I'm an old listener, but I do know jack shit about cricket. Hi. Hi, Mog.
Hello, Mark.
Always good to have you with us, Mark.
Gorilla Katie has tweeted the link, so should I retweet that?
Yes, please.
There we go. Thank you very much, Gorilla. Oh no,
Great
it
to have you with us,
failed.
Katie.
Anyone
Oh, it
in the
failed.
green room, can you retweet Katie Walker's tweet?
Retweet.
Retweet.
We're in a book.
Nitin
Retweet.
Bajaj, cheapest ticket in the seconds market for the final is at GBP, £400 right
Blimey.
now.
And the Fizz comes in and he bowls on leg stump, and Rohit tucks that over to the van at fine leg, and they take a single. Tamim is the fielder, and India motoring here 106 for 1. 1 ball left of the 18th over. Kohli's moved to 5, Rohit's on 55, and we've settled into the same passage of play that we had before the wicket.
Yeah.
So you might miss it.
What?
You might miss it. Are you being lulled into a lull?
He's been
Oh, wait, let me
he's
just
been
wait
lulled.
for my dream and see is... No, Kohli's still in. Kohli's still in. But is Rohit still in? Yep, Rohit's still in as well.
Yeah, they're lulling you.
Yeah, they're lulling me.
There'll be a wicket in the next couple of balls. You watch.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, I'm going to be we're going to be
Concentrate.
taken off in 2 overs. The lull will get to me. So Mustafa's bowls a brilliant Yorker. Actually, that's a fantastic delivery. Slightly came back a little bit on off stump, and Kohli does his best and manages to dig it out. Well bowled. The Fizz 4 from his over.
There's few things in life better than a really decent Yorker.
No,
isn't
it's
there?
fantastic.
It just,
To see the stump splatter or the person fall over, that's the best.
Yeah.
It's humiliation, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
Diane Patterson, as Stern said,
Yeah.
digressions are the soul of the matter.
Indeedy.
Swapnil Rajput has said, hi,
Hi, Sojnil.
belief or at RSR2665, live in Ohio, USA. Love your commentary with the best words in the world.
Where in Ohio? In old Ohio. I wonder.
I don't know. I'm going to try and retweet this again, Katie Walker.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
worked.
excellent.
Hey.
I'm now up to date with the tweets.
You're up to date. You're up to date, and I'm up to date with the game because it's 106 for 1.
No, Kohli's just changed
And
his
Kohli's
bat.
changed his bat.
He had a choice of 4 or 5 there.
Yeah, they all look the same, but I'm sure he did that thing where you pick them up and you're like, oh, this is so different, even though it's the exact same weight and the exact same mate. As Rubel continues to Rohit, and Rohit slaps a wide short ball that should have been cut for 4 really, but he only manages to get it to the fine leg fielder, didn't quite time it and only got it off the top edge of the bat, and he gets a single.
Lazy rocket scientist, friendly daddy figure, don't jinx our victory. Are you the friendly daddy
Am I the
figure?
friendly daddy figure? What, Jink?
Who is it, lazy rocket scientist?
No, it must
It's
be me.
obviously you.
Yeah, definitely me.
Well,
Obviously
he
he's
thinks
real.
I'm jinxing Pakistan.
I don't know.
Yes, I think that must be it.
No, mate.
I didn't think
no.
you're jinxing Pakistan. I mean, you said you've been
just got-
convinced since the start of the tournament.
I've just got a feeling about them.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel it in my fingers.
Okay, boys, stop.
Okay.
Boys. Treya
You guys should pray.
Ocha has tweeted saying, those jingles are hilarious. Who made them? Do you have it for all the players? We do. They're made by Mog and Jeff Perkins.
Yeah, they are fantastic.
And James Sherwood.
Sorry, James.
As Rubel goes in and Kohli plays a back foot punch, but he can't get it past a man fielding at mid-on, and there is no run.
Ed Ravinez tweeted us a picture of a giant ETA, the world's largest cricket from New Zealand, to help you concentrate on the cricket.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Let's have a look.
It's quite gross.
Ooh, that's disgusting, Ravi. But thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Although Ravi, you distracted me from a wicket. No, I'm joking.
No,
he has got history. Be careful.
I hate to say it, that Varun Thapar thinks that I'm Sofa Katie. I'm not. I'm at the Seed Mistress because he says, Sofa Katie, you are spot on with the Indian names, but I think he's referring to
as
me.
Kohli's forward to a Rubel full delivery, and there's no run.
We've got a new listener.
Another new listener. Hello, new listener.
Nag Araja Hejde. I'm sorry, I think I said that completely wrong. You're a first-time listener, but where are you in the world?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And Lazy Rocket Scientist says, don't say Pakistan.
Oh, okay.
So Nessa, why can you explain your feeling, or is it when you're on your porn computer?
He feels it in his toes. It tingles.
Hey, so you're allowed to say the lyrics?
It's just something. You know, sometimes in sport I'll break off.
As Rubel is in and he bowls a short ball that Virat Kohli tries a tennis bat shot, and he does it well. He's done that better than it looks. It's gone out to sort of cow corner, but it'll just be stopped on the boundary by the man fielding there. And it will be returned to the wicketkeeper, and they will make it through for 3, I wager. That's right.
I mean, there's no rhyme or reason for me to sort of go, Pakistan, I think they might do well. Now I'm thinking, you know what, they're going to win it. It's just that thing.
Yeah, I understand.
I just have that kind of feeling. And I don't know why. I'm not hoping they win or hoping India lose or whatever. I have no skin in the game, as I said before.
No skin in the game.
And I just want to see a cracking final.
Yeah, as Rubel comes into Kohli and he bowls a short ball, and that's a terrible delivery. Oh, it's a magnificent shot. He's gone back to that, Kohli, and he's just pummeled that square of the wicket. There are 2 fielders out there in the deep at fine leg and deep square leg. By Sexton both, he was probably 2 metres away from the man fielding a deep square leg. He didn't have a hope in hell, and it's gone to the boundary for one of these.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I actually wonder if the fielder and square leg might have made a bit of a better effort. Do you think a dive maybe would have gone him?
When the ball is running that fast away from you, you just want to stay up.
It was going like lightning. As Rohit has a little poke outside the off stump, and there is no luck for the Bangladeshis. A genuine sort of flirty drive. It's nicked to the boundary for one of these.
First-time listeners, that is very much a Mog sound.
Yeah.
Well, Rammstein, German band they are.
We got some more tweets. Nagaraj Hejde has tweeted saying he's in India. Hello.
Lovely to meet you.
Josh Robinson. It can't be Sofa Katie commentating. We've not heard the phrase "when I was with the Royals" yet.
Although
I was out last night with Tom Stoppard.
Sofa Sophia. Anyway,
let's not.
We'll see. The future's bright. Anyway, go on.
Is he royal?
No.
Oh. I was going to ring the sun.
You guys are ridiculous. Rajesh Sankar has tweeted us back saying, I'm in Ohio, USA. Thanks for reading my reply and sorry for being hard. He was the one that was telling us to concentrate more on the cricket.
No. You be as hard as you like, mate. There's 2 England cricket players in the crowd there.
Yeah, as Kohli goes back and taps a ball from the fizz down to fine leg. How many times have we seen that this game? And they take a single.
Who did you spot?
No, not actual England cricketers.
Oh.
2 fans dressed up in their kit.
Full kit.
Full kit wankers.
Rattle on with the tweets.
Varan Thapar has got back to us saying, my apologies to me with wrong name. That's all right, you're forgiven. I think you're an Indian fan because he's got the Indian flag on his face in his profile.
Well, that's
picture.
nice.
Man. I hope you're enjoying this.
I'll break off.
As the Fizz continues his over the wicket line of attack to Rohit, and Rohit defends, and there's no run.
We've got a new listener. We've got.
Am I stuck in a time warp?
We've got.
It's a wicket.
No, we're just creating so many new listeners. Like we're creating a thing here, guys.
Yeah.
It's the youth.
It's Rudra Naik, I think, listening to you
the
from.
good thing about all these new listeners is you can't pronounce any of their
I
names.
can't.
Yeah.
He's from Vermont, though, in the USA.
my goodness.
And he's listening to us for the first time and loving it.
Well, the Fizz is loving it too, and he's in, and Rohit plays a ball, 2 square cover, the man fielding there, and there is no run.
Vermont is one of the most fabulous places. It's such a beautiful looking place. I love Vermont.
Are we
Anyway,
up to
carry on.
date now? Are we up to date?
Nope.
Oh, well, keep going. Let's go.
listeners.
Let's see if we can get to up to date by the end of our commentary stint, which is in 3 balls time.
Okay, Steve Buzzfield has tweeted the glamour of the back, a picture with the glamour of our green room.
Oh, the green
for you
room
all
really
to
is
see.
the champagne and coke fueled sex den we all imagine it to be.
Yeah. Katie Walker would love to take credit for the commentary. I'll break off.
As the Fizz bowls, and he gets the outside edge of Rohit's bat, and that just goes down a third man for a single.
Katie would love to take credit, but she's currently in Euston Station without a view of the game.
What are you doing there?
Travelling somewhere, I'd expect.
Oh,
That's a replay.
sorry.
No,
Don't worry,
that's
you
not. We
you
haven't missed a wicket.
You have not missed a
We
wicket.
haven't missed a wicket. That was we're just watching, and we're watching the filth merchant Kedar Jadhav, who bowled the worst over I've seen in international cricket, and yet conceded 2 and took a wicket.
Our resident jingle maker Mog has tweeted, yes, it can't be Katie because she's not yammering like some kind of banshee in a gale.
Oh, as Kohli plays a lovely straight drive. Oh, what a shot. Oh, my goodness. He's just creamed one down the ground.
It's just come.
We've been told we're clever.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We are going to have a changeover.
Can I,
At the end of
as
this
you two
over?
are changing, I could, well, oh no, not yet. I'm just reading these tweets. Ravi Nair has
Just read
told
them.
us that we're clever because we're tapping into the Indian-American market tonight.
We
India
are.
win and they'll join us on Sunday too.
Excellent. Well, we're going to have a triple change after this ball.
To all these Indian, American and Canadian new listeners we've got, don't just
We've
abandon
got a
us.
new one.
Another one.
As the Fizz bowls a short ball that's gone straight through to the keeper. I'm waiting to see if it's been signalled to wide. It hasn't, so that's the end of the 20th over. India 124 for 1. Rohit's on 64. Kohli's on 13. And after a little bit of changeover music, you're going to hear 3 new commentators, of which they are Grubby, they are Hendo, and they are a man. Who is Fred?
No, it's not.
Chairman Mao, Jamie Howe, Ho Chi Minh, Asif Din, Václav Havel, Graham Saville, No Surrender, Percy Fender, Guerrilla Crickets.
Yeah, welcome back to this hugely exciting semi-final between India and Bangladesh, where it's really, really close. It's not really that close. It's 124 for 1 after 20 overs.
It's on a knife edge.
In India's chase to 265. And Rohit Sharma's on strike to Rubel Hossain, and he just stays in his crease and guides this one down to third man and gets an easy single. He moves up to 66 of 71 deliveries. Played pretty well. It's been, thus far, a stroll in the park, hasn't it? The man who goes away.
Yeah, it has really. It's kind of what we feared, isn't it? I think this morning when we first got here, a decent effort from Bangladesh, but they're just so strong in their batting, India.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've made this pitch look pretty good for batting, actually. There's very few demons, very few problems for them. As Rubel bowls again, it's tucked off his hit by number 1 batsman in the world, let's not forget this, Virat Kohli. Another comfortable single out there to square leg boundary.
They don't really have the strike bowling, do they? That's the problem. And Mortaza is a honest toiler, and he picks up wickets, but he's not going to run through a team, is he?
No,
generally?
and the Fizz has been a little disappointing, hasn't he, on that front? Because he's
very much so.
Flat.
Yeah.
Huh?
A little flat.
A little yay. The Fizz has lost a few of his bubbles. Rubel bowls a slower ball on middle stump and played very correctly back to him by Rohit. He's in no hurry.
But reading a story a long time ago, I think it was one of the tunnels they built under the Thames in London, possibly the Rotherhithe Tunnel, and when they completed it, they had a dinner in it. and they served champagne, and the champagne was flat because it was too. The pressure was too low.
How interesting.
And they drank the champagne, they were all disappointed. But then when they came to the surface, the bubbles re-emerged in their stomachs.
Farting like troopers. This is cut down to third man by Rohit. Another single. 127 for 1 it is. 2 balls left in the 21st over.
I read that in a Bill Bryson book, it must be true.
Very nice thing.
Did we get to Viral's tweet saying, I'm listening to Gorilla
You're asking the wrong people, Hendo.
Yeah, we weren't listening.
No, I think it was this one. Minnesota. Thanks for providing live commentary. First time listener at work. We'll be sure to come back. We'll come back on
who's that?
Sunday. That's from Viral. Minnesota. And Triambak Oja says, I hope I've pronounced that right, Triambak, says, people sick of the white-collared English commentary or tracer bullets from you-know-who.
I see. This one is played off the back foot through point by...
That went like a tracer bullet.
All the way to the man who ran in and fielded it, and there's 1 run.
He says, who like me, go listen to Gorilla Cricket Audio.
Please do. We'll be back on Sunday and on Wednesday and on the following Friday and on the following Sunday.
It never stops. We're partway through this very exciting summer of cricket. We covered lots of the series over the winter, including England in India, Australia in India, and some of those dark days starting at 4 a.m, chaps. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Rubel comes in again, bowls a full delivery, which is pushed up to mid-on by Rohit. There's no run. And to think we're here now in 30-degree heat in Sydenham.
And the thing is, what I'm worried about is I find that I want to sleep a lot longer and a lot more during these normal days than during the abnormal
I think
ones.
you might have altered your body clock irreparably.
I think I might have done. James Shepherd says, I'm listening to the commentary from Mulot, Kenya.
Good
lovely.
job,
Guys.
Where can you just forgive me? I've been to Kenya years ago. I don't know where Mulot is.
We have a lot of connections with Kenya because, of course, the Bears
married to a Kenyan.
Basically half Kenyan, isn't he?
Yeah.
Farouk is also a new listener. He says, I'm loving you all from Sheffield, England.
From Sheffield. We would love you back if you weren't from Sheffield.
God bless you. Hello, Farouk. Welcome for the first time, but hopefully not the only time.
We've also been followed by Jan van Ruyen. Welcome along.
From the Netherlands?
Well, I don't know. Doesn't say.
Or the Lesser Dutch Antilles, maybe.
Or South Africa.
Could be.
Raj underscore Chris says, you have another new listener. Although there is rivalry between teams, spirit of cricket is good. Of course it is. Absolutely.
Roger would love that because he loves the mother cricket and the spirit of cricket.
Does
Roger
he?
McCann, our erstwhile commentator. Hopefully we'll have back during the summer. Have you heard from Rog?
Rog?
Yeah.
No, I think he wants to play in the game.
Oh, excellent.
I think he's going to play in the game.
Oh, he can bowl, can't he? Oh, no, he's a batsman.
I think he's more of a batsman.
Virat Kohli is facing up to... This is a change of bowling, I think. Bringing back one of their supposed strike bowlers who thus far has not done it for his team. Left arm over. And Kohli works in very comfortably, incredibly comfortably through mid-wicket. He's timed the ears off that ball. Gone all the way to the boundary.
For one of these.
I've lost count of the number of times during that winter that I mentioned before that we all just said, that's a quality shot from a quality batsman. That's exactly what he is. Bastard.
Varan People says, don't worry, we won't abandon you. You have a lifelong follower in us. Blimey.
And an equally, if not even better shot this, as it was flung wide of his off stump and he just took a big stride forward and crashed it through extra cover with maximum timing.
So after 3, the scribes would write 4.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Which scribes? I want to know which scribes.
I think that's an Open University reference or something, isn't it?
Is it for something like Dead Sea Scrolls?
I don't know. Yeah. It's one of Mog's more esoteric efforts, let's say.
I like esotericism.
Against some pretty stiff competition.
I think you spelled that wrong in The Guardian.
Absolutely.
Eroticism.
Yes, that's what the joke I was making.
I see. Sorry about that. Yeah. So Kohli, who now is 23 off 20, faces up to the Fizz, who's now round the wicket to him, and he just tucks this off his hip for a single. Hendo.
Yeah, I'll come back to Chris Waller's tweet, which is appropriate and apt. But Mima Boardman says, returning listener, quiet at work, so lovely to hear your dulcet tones again. And Kiran Vaidya says, big shout out to Gorilla Cricket for a first-time listener, India Bangladesh. God bless you guys to make my work day great again. That's from Toronto. I'm curious, we are getting a lot of Indian listeners scattered around North America. Curious as to find, how you found us.
All of a sudden.
If you could let us know why you all found us today, is it something on Google? I don't know.
We will target our advertising accordingly.
And the Fizz bowls one outside the off stump of Rohit. Just guides it down to backward point. There's no run. The score is now 137 for 1. And we're in the 22nd over.
Vikram says, I'm listening to the commentary in India on my commute, and I hope you're wrong about predicting a Pakistan victory. I don't know. That was a previous. I should imagine commentators.
Yeah, and at least 24 hours out of date. But we are on for this. Well, the showdown, arguably, in world cricket, aren't we? Which will take place on Sunday, and unless something extraordinary happens, it's going to be India against Pakistan, but you never know. 137 for 1 at the moment. This is full, and Rohit is forward to it, playing it back to the Fizz, who has pretty chastening figures of 0 for 40 with 1 ball left of his 5th over.
Yeah, there was an article the other day about how he's reached his first sort of hill of difficulty in cricket. It's all been going rather swimmingly for him. Okay, he's had injuries, that doesn't help, but since he's come back, hasn't been so effective, has he?
No, he's still only 19, isn't he? So you've got to give these people a bit of time. He burst onto the scene effervescently, as his name suggests. This one is pushed out through extra cover by Rohit. Probably come back for 2 there, I'd have thought. A comfortable 2. So that's the end of the 22nd over. It's 139 for 1. So Mustafiz Rahman, I beg your pardon. He looked like a real world beater when he burst onto the scene in the IPL last year, and his one-day record, we discussed that at length, haven't we? It's averaging about 18, I think. For over, I don't know, 20 odd 30 games. I mean, he's really that's extraordinary. To keep that over a career would be, well, it'd make him the best ever. So he's going to hit a plateau at some point. And like players who burst onto the scene in many sports, people get more used to facing him and playing him, and they work them out. Yeah.
Is it like when you have the exercise bike on automatic, and you suddenly get to, so you're going along, and suddenly you get to a little tiny step, then you get another bigger step, and then an even bigger step.
What did you call it?
No idea what you're talking about.
And then you die.
And then you can't participate in that.
You collapse and die.
What did you call it, Hendo? The hill of difficulty.
The hill of difficulty.
The first hill of difficulty.
First hill of difficulty. Yeah.
The mound of regret.
That's another thing altogether at Lord's. Rubel is in, and this is an absolutely gorgeous shot through extra cover by Virat Kohli. A big stride forward, full face of the bat, and timed.
I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4.
It's a shot that demanded a more beautiful jingle than that.
It did in a way.
1, 2, 3, 4.
None of these say what they are.
Well, you're in the Mog zone.
I'm in the Mog zone.
And a little bend over and arse show from Rubel, as is his wont, over the wicket to Kohli, who just tucks this wide of the man at mid-on, and even this runs most of the way to the boundary. They're probably going to come back for 3 there. Christ, he hardly even touched that. The man is an absolute genius, you have to say. Come back for 3 runs for what was just a little innocuous push into the onside.
Swapnil Rajput is well satisfied. He says, my name was pronounced correctly. Yay!
Well, just then.
You can't
or previously.
Possibly not now. Mog says, what was it that went on in the green room that required Fred to change shirt?
I haven't changed my shirt.
You haven't changed your shirt?
No.
He's just sitting in a different seat.
I have since yesterday. Does that count?
With different lighting, Mog. That'll be it. I normally, if you're watching on Facebook, I normally like to put this lamp on up here. This is shorter from Rubel and pulled pretty comfortably by Rohit out to the mid-wicket boundary for a comfortable single.
Harry Kishan A says, hello, tell my name too. A new listener from Chennai.
Hello, Harry Kishan.
I find your commentary as a saviour now as I'm extending shifts. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you for getting in touch.
What do you do for a living, my friend?
Indeed.
He extends.
Is it a professional extender?
Yeah. He used to be a tender. Now he's an extender.
There's hundreds. They're pouring in at the moment.
Oh, somebody's mentioned us on BCCI. Or
Gautam Reddy says, you made me to open Twitter after a long time.
Oh.
Thanks for your live commentary. Please pronounce my full name.
We will try in just a moment as Kohli tucks this one into the leg side and gets another single.
I think these are all fake accounts by people in the green room who are trying to make you work.
No way, that'd be too much effort.
Yadula Gautam Reddy. Is that right? I'm hoping that's right. First-time listener from Canada is Harjit Mavi. And Vikram asks an interesting question. What is the best Yorker you have ever seen? Biz to Russell.
Steve Harmison, 2005 to Michael Clark.
Oh, that was pretty good, yeah. Biz to Russell in the IPL. I didn't actually see that, but I imagine it was good.
Rohit guides this one just wide of his off stump and guides it really beautifully and times it backward of point, runs all the way to the backward point. Boundary for one of these.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's 150 up now, 152 for one, and India are cruising.
Chris Waller's made a good point. He says phase 2 for the US and Canadians is Patreon. Well, if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you'll see that we've got a banner up saying patreon.com /Guerrilla Cricket. And that is how we raise funds for the show. We are all volunteers. We need money to buy equipment to have a venue from which to broadcast. So if you want to keep us going, if you want to always come back to Guerrilla Cricket and find some cricket, we need money.
Rubel again wide and a bit short, and this is flayed away by Rohit. Backward a point, same place.
Now my innings going, great guns. I hit the ball, 4 runs. I hit the ball and it went for 4 runs.
Yep, another great shot, isn't it? They're just shots are flying from the bats, but I'm thinking the pitch is looking very easy to bat on now. I mean, I'm not saying that it was a minefield or anything this morning when India put Bangladesh in, but if you remember in those opening overs, there was some movement off the seam, wasn't there? Quite considerable movement at times.
There was. Bhuvi and Jasprit actually had a lovely, proud seam for much of their spells. And they're very, very skilled operators. And I suppose when Bangladesh knew that they had 264, they're sort of chasing a bit. They know that you've got to get wickets early doors. And if you don't get them, you chase even more and more likely to offer up some scoring opportunities.
And also, well, there's plenty of scoring opportunities in that, over 17 from it. Incredible stuff. Yes, so if you are interested in helping Guerrilla Cricket out and helping us survive and keep going, if you go to patreon.com /Guerrilla Cricket, and if you've got, I don't know, a couple of dollars you could spare
£100,000.
That ideally, if you had £100,000, that'd be great. But if you don't, but you can spare a little bit of money, £2 a month or something like that, $2 a month. It's all done in dollars on our Patreon site. We'd be eternally grateful.
We've got a man coming on to bowl who has not bowled yet in this innings. Off break, and he's into bowl to Kohli, the best batsman in the world on rankings in this form of the game, and he just flings it wide. It's flayed out to cover boundary for just a single. This is the bowler.
Must attack, Hussain. Must attack, Hussain. Must attack, Hussain. Must attack, Hussain.
That one was driven into the covers, fielded, but they still get through for a single. So his bowling is not yet as scary as his jingle. And he drives this one up to long on. Another single taken there by Virat. Magnificent Kohli. Majestic, I beg his pardon.
Well, all those things.
Yeah,
those things.
I don't know what the exact translation is, but I know that majestic is one of the legitimate ones. And this is defended into the extra cover region by Rohit. No run there. Rohit has 79 from 82 balls. Kohli has 34 from 26. Almost effortless, and it's 159 for one, as this one is cut off the back foot, forward of square, beats the man at short extra. Man runs round from mid-off to do the fielding. There's another run.
Poor bit of fielding, really.
Well, he got a hand in. You could argue he stopped 2 or 3 runs. Couldn't you?
You could argue that, yeah.
I'm arguing it.
You want to take this outside?
Pretty round arm delivery this from Mossadegh. Didn't look very nice, that. And just clipped away through the onside by Kohli. Another very comfortable single.
Well, you say it didn't look very good, but I mean, you remember that some round arm filth got some wickets in the Bangladesh innings.
I do, but I don't have to like how it looks.
No, it's
and I would put that more down to batsman error than necessarily bowling guile.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
Was it Kedar who bowled those?
Yeah, it ripped the middle order out.
Yeah, it did. It did.
But a good bit of captaincy from Kohli again. I mean, he did something similar in the last game when he brought himself on when things were looking a bit. I know the wicket they got was a run out, but even so,
he
did something. He changed something up, and
it is by sheer force of personality almost.
Yeah.
I'm reading a sign out. Camera, my granny in India wants to see me on TV. You've got more chance of being read out if you tweet
cricket.
in, my friend.
Yeah.
Tweet Gorilla Cricket.
Yeah.
We read out any old rubbish.
And we have another change of bowling. It's going to be seam up from this end. So far he's bowled 2 overs for 21 runs.
And it's going to be this chap, or should I wait till the first ball to be bowled?
Let's see where he is. Kohli moves across his stumps and rather does himself there as he inside edges it backwards to the keeper. No run.
Faraz H says, looking like an India-Pakistan final at this stage, is it the first time they'll face each other in an ICC final since the World T20 of 2007?
Perhaps.
I think it is.
I suspect it will be, yeah.
Yeah, I've just had a little look through the cricket rivalry, and I think that is about right.
Taskin at the top of his run-up now, holding the ball out in front of him like a T-Rex, and he's into the crease, and this is driven off the back foot by Kohli. A very easy single.
Is that how a T-Rex would hold a cricket ball, or he's holding the ball like it was a T-Rex?
I'm talking more about having your arms out in front of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Little hands.
Knackle says, the Fizz had a slight air of mystery when he started. Interesting to see how he goes now. Batsmen are more familiar with him. Well, I think that is part of the problem. That said, there are plenty of people out there with good variations who've been proved over a long period difficult to pick up.
And this one is just turned into the leg side by Rohit, wide of the man at mid-on, and there's another single.
Yeah, we think of Lasith Malinga, who's had a whole career of defeating batsmen.
Yes, absolutely.
And he's bowled pretty well in parts in this tournament as well.
Well, he was quite unlucky against Pakistan, wasn't he? I mean, he had a number of catches put down.
Yeah.
Certainly had...
there were many errors in that game, weren't there?
Sarfraz Ahmed was put down a very easy catch that he chipped to mid-on that was spilled.
Yeah.
Rochit has followed us.
So good they named him twice.
He's got Rochit and he's got Rochit in brackets.
Kohli allows this one to pass through to the keeper. Big stride forward outside his off stump.
And Swapnil Rajput, who I think I pronounced his name correctly for a second time, says that he's listening to us with
Don't get cocky.
With the help of TuneIn.
TuneIn's a great program. We don't. I know we should really thank them occasionally because it's really a wonderful platform. TuneIn. I have to say, it works very well. The app, and we very rarely anymore have stream issues with them like we used to do in the early days. And it's a bloody good service, I think. It's a free app.
Some positivity from Fred Tipness there. Lovely.
Extraordinary.
This is pulled, but it doesn't get all of it by Kohli. It just trickles out from a sort of under edge to square leg, and he gets another single. Score rocks on to 164 for one. One ball left in the 25th over.
We should also tell our new listeners we're on Facebook Live. You don't have to be a member of Facebook to watch us. You just search for Facebook and Gorilla Cricket, and you will see cameras of us actually talking.
And if you like,
you don't see the cameras, you see what the camera.
No, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
if you donate to Patreon, we'll wave to you especially.
Maybe.
Very true. It's a false shot. Beaten on the outside edge there, Rohit. It was a very loose shot, actually, wide of the off stump.
And that climbed a little bit, I think.
It did bounce and maybe did a bit off the deck. Anyway, Rohit looks a little bit cross with himself, and that's the end of the over.
Sujit Y says, all are listening to you because all of us at office are pretending to work but listen to live commentary from you.
That's the way it goes, my friend.
Don't mention which office. Don't mention which office, otherwise one of your bosses will come round and turn us all off.
That's true, because everyone's listening to us, and they will definitely be around.
They will know. Harry Kishan says, I work in IT concern. Thanks for saying my name perfectly. Even locals misspell it often. So we're getting quite a lot of props for getting names right.
There's no danger of us misspelling it, because if you've tweeted in, we can see it written down.
Yes, we can indeed. Rochit, who we just mentioned, says, I love your commentary, listening to you for the first time from Nigeria. I hope you were wrong about the Indian-Pakistan match.
In the sense that it's going to be happening, or
wrong in the sense of
you'd rather Bangladesh won.
Well, possibly.
Perhaps. I think that may be the first listener we've ever had from Nigeria.
Mossadegh starts a new over. This is a decent length, and Kohli's just able to go back to it and whip it through the onside and takes a single.
Don't recall that being on Knuckles' list of countries that we were listened to in.
Really? I'd be surprised.
Do you mean he might have gone to 194 by now?
We've invented some new countries that never previously existed. Yorkshire, for example.
And this time, Rohit just turns this one square of the wicket on the leg side, takes a pretty comfortable single. 166 for 1 is the score. They are cruising at the moment, India. Still need 99 more, though.
There's talk about how you pronounce basil or basil. And
that's not from Liz Yates, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a glorious shot from Kohli. Absolute class. Through extra cover. And it's into the boundary spoon.
One thing I like.
Not that one either.
One thing I want to say about Kohli, which I don't think you necessarily get with people who you might consider around a similar level to him or similar rivals, I suppose.
He just tucks him into the leg side. There's no run. Yeah.
Is that when he gets going, he doesn't get himself out, does he? I don't think. His technique seems to get better and better as the innings wears on. I mean, it's so close, bat and pad so close together, and he can also be flexible with that bottom hand as well. There it is.
Mossadegh floats this one up, and Kohli sort of fetches it a little bit, plays it as a half volley up to mid-on, easy single. No, I know what you're saying, Hendo, and you know we often talk about the big four, if you like, of Smith, Williamson, Kohli, and Root, and at least 3 of those 4, when they get in, you can't see them getting out. This one is turned by Rohit into the leg side. In fact, all of them. Just a single there, by the way.
I would say, I would kind of disagree with that. I would think that I always feel like Root will do something stupid.
Yeah, but
I don't think he'll be got out. I think he'll get himself out.
It might be a little bit because you're English.
Well, it might be. It might be.
There's more on it when you're watching.
True. Nitin Bajaj says,
hello, Nitin.
Is the dominance of the Indian top order going to be an issue versus Pakistan with an untested middle order and the charged up attack from Pakistan? I see what you mean. It might go and it might continue to be untested, mightn't it? I mean, if you've got such good batsmen at the top, Shikhar Dhawan in great form, Rohit in good form, Kohli always in good form, it seems. I don't have to worry too much, do you, about the middle order?
If I can put it in snooker terms, India are Steve Davis or Stephen Hendry.
Okay.
And Pakistan are Jimmy White.
Ah, yes, I suppose that's true.
Except Pakistan have won a world title, which Jimmy famously didn't. But
it's not a good metaphor at all. Then,
but you've got the flair and the unpredictability of Pakistan, and I think most neutrals, if it stays like this, will want Pakistan to win, just because we like underdogs. Anyway, Rohit faces up to this first ball of Taskin's over and plays it off the back foot to point, and there's no run.
I think it's an interesting question though. But if you look back, if you go back to the India-Pakistan game in the group stages, remember Hardik came in with a couple of overs only to go, and he got 3 balls from Imad Wasim and smacked them all for 6.
Yeah, he did.
So I don't think there's going to be any lack of confidence even if that middle order gets tested.
I'm sure there's no. It was 72 off the last 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Ludicrous. Taskin in again, and Rohit places off the back foot into the covers. Decides against the single. Decent stop there.
I think they would have to have a meltdown of the kind that England had in that third one-day international against South Africa, where we lost 6 for 20 up top. There's going to have to be a lot of movement for the Pakistan bowlers, and if they got into that situation, then I can see that Pakistan would have a chance, but I just can't see that happening, really.
And by the way, next week, listeners, we have all of the England versus South Africa 2020 Champions Trophy Losers series.
Yes.
This is a full ball, sort of tailing in from Taskin. Decent shape there, and Rohit defends it out to cover point, and there's no run.
Chantal Pereira says, can we agree that the team batting second in the finals will be at a decent advantage considering the pitches? I think that's
by the way, the weather forecast for the next few days is supposed to be hot and sunny.
It's going to be absolutely baking. It's about 30 degrees.
So I don't think we're going to see an overcast morning on the morning of the final.
I still like runs on the board. And it might be a new pitch as well at the Oval.
Well, hopefully
for the final.
It will be. Hopefully
we don't know, but that's what I would do. Taskin bowls a ball angled in just on middle stump, and Rohit knocks it up to mid-on. There's no run again.
What do you think of runs on the board as a band name?
Not bad, not bad.
Jabberwocky Smith, and it's very kind of you. I did see your contribution earlier. Thank you very much for that. It says, I'm a long-time listener in South Africa and now a contributor. Spend the $2 a month wisely. We will do what we can.
Who's that? Jabberwocky?
Jabberwocky Smith. He says he's a pastafarian. And
I've never heard that before.
And an arch cynic. Well, welcome to a place that you will be at home, I think.
Our ideal man.
Yeah.
And this is wide, and Rohit flings his hands at it, gets something of a top edge down towards third man and gets a single.
He says he's a cynic, but I'm doubtful.
It's like, anyone who says they're a cynic is probably not that much of a cynic, and anyone who says they're very funny probably isn't also. Or either.
Yeah. The Indian fans are having a whale of a time, I think.
or it could be
that, or he's not very well. That
or
chap.
It could be a funeral. We don't know.
Well, hang on. This is amazing, if true. Shamenda Singh says, here in India, not even a single radio company is broadcasting the live commentary.
Oh, my goodness me. Kohli faces up to last ball. Taskin's over. It's a full bunger outside his off stump, and he just guides it up to mid-on. There's no run.
I wish you could have found us earlier.
Tell your friends.
Phone your friends and tell them now, immediately.
Text them.
Ravi Nair says, oi, not even India as interesting as Steve Interesting Davis. More like Hendry versus O'Sullivan.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing I was going for. Except O'Sullivan's won many world titles.
Shaminder Singh says, yes, I'm enjoying it. I'm mixing it up with Crick Buzz, which is fine. That's, I'm presuming, a text commentary of sorts out there.
Mix away.
Yeah. As long as we can be the primary partner in that little menage a trois.
I think we're up to date with tweets. Well, there you go.
Goodness me.
I've heard it all now.
Yeah, so Bangladesh earlier in the day got 264 for 7. Sort of a stop-start innings, really. Tamim started relatively slowly. He ended up as top scorer, got 70. Mushfiqur played pretty well for his 61. But no one really got on top of the Indian bowling for a prolonged period of time, did they, chaps?
Well,
so they ended up with a middling total.
Well, that third wicket partnership was worth, 123?
Yeah.
And that was an important one. Unfortunately, they both got out within a few overs to the absolute filth.
The round-armed filth.
Of Kedar Jadhav.
What is it? It's Ravi Jadeja's got a lot to answer for, hasn't he?
Very much so. Very much so. Navtej Singh says, hi, I'm listening to you guys from California, USA.
Hi, Nav. What's the fella's name?
Navtej. Triambek Oja, I'll come back to him in a sec.
Left arm round the wicket. Shakib Al Hassan is back on. Sorry to spoiler the jingle there. And this one is... And two singles to the first two balls of the over. One out to extra cover by Rohit and one to mid-off by Kohli.
A long jingle.
Try him back. I'll come back to him again.
Left arm around again, and it's full on the crease, and Rohit does not time it as he tries to slash it through the offside. It is fielded at short extra, no run.
He asked a very pertinent question, which I'll come to after this ball.
And this one is off the top edge. Surely that's going to be caught. It's not. It's dropping and it's plugging. That is very fortunate from Rohit Sharma. Tried to flick it away over the onside, I think, and it just caught the top edge or the toe end of the bat and hung in the air for an absolute age.
You thought there must be someone to catch that.
Hung in the air more than a cannonball would. And it eventually plugged. And that's dropped behind the wicket there.
Bloody
that
hell.
was an attempted late cut by Kohli, which he just got a little flick on and it hit the thigh.
It hit the pad, I think.
Of Mushfiqur.
He cut it onto the keeper's pad.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't really move it's such a big edge, he couldn't really move his hands as quickly as that.
And this one is fired into middle and off, and it's played from the crease and up to long on. So a lot of excitement in this over already. We've had a catch that could have been if there were a fielder nearby, and if you were feeling very harsh, a drop behind the sticks.
for the very next ball, but as it is, it's 177 for 1.
Oh, is it at the end of the over?
No. Oh, but carry on. Do carry on.
Yeah, well, what Mr. Ozier is trying to say is, would Guerrilla Cricket still root for the underdogs if England were in the finals?
No. Obviously not. We're nothing if not one-eyed.
We do try to be...
And inconsistent.
We do try to be fair.
Partial.
In our comments. But obviously we do get a little bit more excited if England win anything. But as you see, England rarely win anything, so we don't often get that excited. And Harry Kishan says, don't worry, you will be getting more listeners as I share it across to my friends.
Oh, lovely.
I hope you have lots of friends.
It was the end of the over, I beg your pardon, Hendo, and Taskin starts a new one. And Kohli goes back and plays this square of the wicket on the offside, out to the boundary, just gets 1 run.
Wow, can you imagine if they would have got those 2 wickets and 2 balls?
Well, yeah, they could have done, couldn't they? Yeah. Although the ball would have been bowled later after the first one was out, so it wouldn't have been this. The
elementary
world
chaos.
The world would have moved on by then, wouldn't it? So,
if a butterfly flutters its wings in the Philippines, will there
get killed by its president?
Will there be an argument in this room in about 15
There's always
minutes?
likely to be an argument in this room. Yes.
Cause and effect. 178 for 1 is the score. Rohit is on strike and Taskin's running into bowl to him now. It's just outside a lovely ball that just tailing into him in an inside edge.
Reverse.
From Rohit. Yeah, the reverse. 9 for none in no time at all. They do get a single, however, but a full shot, inside edged, just backward of square on the leg side.
Messi just very helpfully created a little box with a tweet that he sent that I missed. He says, think you missed this one. One assumes that the game will be covered simultaneously by Guerrilla Cricket and the Guardian's OBO. I presume we're talking about the Dan Lucas Memorial game that we'll be playing in August. Of course, absolutely. We'll be getting in the top commentators for that one. I'm not sure who they are.
We'll all be playing.
We're all on trial right now. Taskin is into bowl to Kohli, works this through the leg side. Again, just wide of the right hand of the man at mid-on, so he can get another single. He moves on to 47 from 41. He's played pretty effortlessly thus far, and Rohit has 87 from 96. It's 180 for 1.
Messi Jez comes back and says to the tweeter who asked whether we would support the underdogs if England were in the final, he says, definitely not. Their priorities are 1, England, 2, anyone playing Australia, 3, the underdog. In my case, reverse Australia and England.
But England would be the underdog. So,
exactly.
So we could, that would be, we'd be supporting them both.
It's wide of the off stump, this one, and Rohit attempts to cut it, but does not beat the man at point. No run.
And to suggestions from Ravi and Steve Buswell retweeting him that this would be easy for India and there'd be very little interest in the second innings of the match. Nitin Bajaj says, Kohli's cover driving has been excellent, though. Yes, there's always good things to see. In terms of a competitive match, you feel that India are almost there, but you never know.
But often you do. Taskin is bowling wicket to wicket here. It's just outside the off stump of Rohit, and he flicks it in Mark Waugh-esque fashion through the onside to get a single.
And Sofa's tweeted a picture of poor old Ed Benson. It's all proved too much for him, and he's gone to sleep in the green room. Good place to sleep.
Well, he's had a long day today and night last night.
Oh, did he have another night last night?
I thought you missed all that, did you?
And what happened last night?
Go in and bite him and see what happens.
Oh, sorry, yes. I forgot about that.
Dear listeners, if you want to tweet Ed Benson and ask him about his vampire experience, you'll get some colourful replies and some make-up tips. Virat Kohli is on strike. He has 47, and Taskin comes into bowl to him. It's shortish and outside the off. Somebody fetches it, and fetches it pretty well. Oh, my goodness me. I don't think he's even timed that, but it beat the man at mid-on, and it raced past him, gone all the way to the boundary for one of these.
2 + 2 is the remember.
Shikhar Singh has followed us, and he says that he's a PhD student in Austin. I presume that's Texas. Pretentious food critic, and this is the bit I like, unrepentant beer drinker. You've come to the right place. You will be lauded here.
I wonder what a pretentious beer drinker would be like. I know I'm mixing two of his things there.
Yeah.
Actually, you do find them, don't you?
It's very true.
It's got to be craft.
Craft beer.
Yeah, bollocks.
Knuckle Pandy says in reply to the scene mistress and about Ed Benson, he says, worst 20-something ever. Harsh.
We should hold a poll for that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. PJ Mead says, I've just had a little snoozette myself.
Tautology.
Do like snoozettes.
Little and et.
Oh, yes.
Come on, Meaders. You're better than that. We are going to have a change at the end of this next over. And Sophia, the scene mistress, has just walked into the room. Peace and love. And Rohit faces up to Shakib Al Hassan, and Rohit cuts this one, going onto the back foot, just towards the point boundary. Takes a single. It's 186 for 1.
And I see that Triambak has just retweeted the article that you'll find on the website about the history of guerrilla cricket and its predecessor Test match.
Well worth a read if you've not read that, everyone. This one is played from the crease back to the bowler. No run.
Barry, are you coming to do some ball by ball, Bear? Oh, is that the plan? Okay, well, I'll come out then.
Yeah, Kohli's moved on to 50, by the way, in the interim. This one is driven up towards wide, long off. Gets another single. Rohit is nearing what would be a pretty chanceless and eventless 100.
Eventless?
Well, you know.
It's a little eventette.
Pretty eventless. What?
Yeah.
That's a name of a Gymkhana instructress I used to know. Pretty eventress. It's a 100 partnership up as well, and Rohit plays this off the back foot up to long on. He's going to get another single. We welcome Sophia to the tweet seat. Hi,
Hello,
how are you?
I'm unceremoniously getting into the seat.
Very good.
Or the sheet.
Nice to see you again.
You too,
After about 20 minutes. Shakib bowling pretty round-armed around the wickets. There's no run this time, though, as Kohli just plays it into the onside and it's fielded. 188 for 1. One ball left of the 30th over, and then I'll vacate for the Bear. And Shakib floats this one up on off stump, and it's driven hard by Kohli, but fielded by the man there at short extra. Score remains on 188 for 1 after 30 overs. It's a bit of a doddle, but you'll have some massive entertainment from these extraordinary people coming in.
Hello, everyone. I'm back in the tweet seat, and that means that if you're a new listener listening to us for the first time, say hi.
Say hi.
Tweet us in, say hi, let us know that you're a new follower.
You do realise when you were bending over talking to Hendo what you
yes,
were really...
I'm aware, thank you, Bert.
Okay, you are aware, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
No!
You like mooning the public on Facebook?
No, I wasn't mooning. My shorts, I'm not... They're not that short, Bear.
No, I know.
I did a friend of mine.
I mean, the thing is, the picture was virtually filled with your butt.
I know, but a friend of mine once
like
logged on for the first time on the Facebook Live link that I put up on my Facebook page, and just as he turned on, it was a full arse shot of my arse, and he took a screenshot and sent it to me, being like, "I've definitely found the right cricket commentary service."
Indeed.
So if you saw that, I apologise. But your day has just got better, so there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, and you've got to realise that Nigel is the expert in arse shots on Facebook
Well, exactly.
Live.
There is a Facebook account.
There's barely a day. Yeah, exactly. There's barely a day goes by when they don't see your arse.
Well, no, it's true. It's true. We have a change in bowling, and the first ball's got hammered out to the square leg boundary for 4 runs. This is going really terribly wrong for Bangladesh.
Here I go again, my, yet another 100.
It was all going so swimmingly well up until about the 33rd over of Bangladesh's batting. And it's gone horribly wrong, really. The filth that was Kedar Jadhav came on to bowl. That's played square on the offside and there's no run. Is just bowling round arm, absolute drivel. And he got 2 wickets, and very important ones as well. Mushfiqur smashed one straight to mid-wicket, and before that, Tamim put his head in the air and swiped over one and got bowled. Shame. Next ball's just defended back to the bowler, no run.
Sahil, I don't know what he's referring to, but we can maybe guess, says, "Wow, who is that?"
That's this lady here.
And then he says, "Hi from Vancouver."
Hello, Vancouver. That's pulled square out to long leg. Single is taken. They're cruising this.
Yeah, but we kind of thought they would do. It was our hearts that were willing on a Pakistan-Bangladesh final. But
Indeed.
India, I think
I fear for Pakistan. I'm just hoping they can. I don't know, India seem to have the hoodoo over them in competitions. That's a beautiful drive by Kohli with those elastic wrists of his. He plays an inside-out, wristy cover drive, beats the man there. There's no one out deep, goes all the way to cover boundary. It's 4 more runs.
4. Good God, yeah.
I fear for Pakistan. And I just wish we'd been a bit this sort of methodical yesterday, really. I mean, India were expected to win this. Looks like they will win. I mean, crazier things have happened. But doesn't look like it will. That's played out to deep mid-wicket for a single.
Rohan Mahatra, I think. You guys are a saviour in this LA traffic. Thank you guys, and love from California.
Oh, pleasure.
Oh, LA traffic, that's going to be a long journey.
You want some cricket coverage throughout the summer? It's very South Africa. England are playing South Africa, and we're covering that series all summer. So you can tune in just for the laughs.
Boys, your toenails have got some love, or not so much. So Nestle Boy obviously tweeted out the yin and yang of toenails that we have, that we are
I don't have a toenail.
Here. Well, you're the yang.
What's going on?
No, but we need her over there for the pronunciation. So there's a brief discussion about who should be on which job.
God,
Production notes, driven by Kohli out to the cover boundary, and there will be a single.
PJ Mead replied to your toenails just going, that's just nasty.
Well,
How did you lose this toenail?
I had my foot run over by a truck when I was queuing up for a cinema. When I was probably about 14. That's driven out to cover, and there is no run.
What a story!
So we were all queuing up for the cinema, and the cinema illegally had some man in a sort of 12.5-ton truck delivering stuff to the cinema. That's played back to the bowler. There's no run. Go down this very, very narrow side sort of pathway that everyone had to queue up at the cinema that we always used to go to. And we couldn't get against the wall, and they were just backing up at this massive truck, and it ran over my foot. That's driven by Rohit up to long off, and he'll get himself a single. And basically, it broke the toe, and that's that toenail out. And then when it grew back, it was an ingrown toenail. And I played that entire cricket season with this big ball of pus on the end of my foot.
Oh.
And I went to see some doctor, and he basically just cut out the side of the toe, and it'll be fine. And I believed him, of course, because I was 14. So that's played behind square. For no run, and it grew back and just grew back further in, and then I had to have 2 operations on it, and then I never had a nail ever since.
Oh, there should be a Twitter account for Bear's lost toenail.
That's too short, and it's on leg stump, and because Shaki's bowling left arm, it straightens up. Kohli just clips it into the leg side. They get a single. He retains a strike, as that's the end of the 32nd over. India cruising on 201 for 1. They need 64 of 108 balls. Can't see him not doing it. Yeah.
Well, Crack de Bear's been in contact saying, so, is the Seam Mistress trying to compete with me? I wasn't trying, it's because to get into the tweet seat, you have to arrange everything first before you slot in.
To be fair, my Crack does not really compare to yours. But, you know, I'm just going to put that out there. I'm sure people would rather... I'm sure the majority of people would rather...
What?
I'm sure the majority of people would rather...
So you actually have no idea what my Crack looks like. It could be some horrible, hairy, mangy thing.
No.
You've got no
I know
clue.
I have no idea. But dressed in trousers, whatever... It still looks miles
digging.
better.
People, please send Bear a shovel to continue digging his way out of this hole.
Oh dear,
wow. See, this is why...
Basically implying your butt looks better than mine. That's all I'm saying. The fizz is in, and that's a really nice block drive. But, there isn't anyone there. Bloody hell. That's 4 runs. Gorgeous shot by Kohli. Just pure timing. Just block drove it back past the bowler. Pure timing. Mid-off was a bit wide. There isn't anyone back. And it raced out to the boundary. There's aerial for a little while, but there's no one in. What I do, this is what annoys me about England. This is what annoys me about Bangladesh in this situation as well. It's a one-day international. It's a semi-final of a major competition. What you're doing isn't working. And yet, when it comes to fielding, Mustafi's clipped into the leg side by Kohli, out to the man at deep mid-wicket, and they get a single. they've got 60 runs to play with. They need to get 9 wickets. Look, it ain't going to happen. But you'd rather go out trying, wouldn't you? And you'd set a really close infield. You could put in some slips and a gully. You put in the man at short mid wicket, so they can't just clip the. It's a bit short.
Yeah.
It's a bit short.
I'll
punch it up to long on
or
long off and get the easy single. You've got to put the batsman under pressure.
Yeah.
Make them hit over the infield, or at least try and find a gap in the infield. Attempted pull by Rohit. He's on 96. He got out on 90-something, 93 or 94 earlier in the tournament. Or maybe it's high 80s. He's on 96 and he just tried to pull that and nearly got a top edge through to the keeper. No run, though.
Harry Kishan A has followed us on Facebook and he's tweeted to us to tell us that.
Right, thank you very much. We're not very good at reading the Facebook comments, sorry.
But is he watching Facebook Live, though?
I don't know.
Could you both do your arse, wiggles for him?
What? Should we have a twerk off, Ada?
I'm not doing a bloody twerk off.
I don't think I can twerk.
That's defended down to the offside. That's cover. There's no run.
I bet Nigel can twerk.
I think he can. He looks like a twerker,
My wife
doesn't
can twerk.
he? Oh.
She twerks well.
And if I thought she was listening to this, then then she might take that.
She'd be proud of that.
Yeah, but she's not listening to this, is she?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
I'm a few days in, I'm 15 days into the Champions Trophy. I'm going a bit crazy.
I think Mrs. Bear could get lucky tonight.
The Fizz starts his next over, and Rohit thinks there's a run into the leg side, and he starts off, but it isn't there. He turns back around. No one shies at stumps. And he remains on 96 not out of 110 balls.
I tell you how she might not get lucky is if she suggested popping to Blue Water for the evening.
Yes, well, she does that quite a lot.
Place.
Yeah, my favourite place, which I'm bound to be taking to this Saturday, even though it'll probably be about 90 degrees. Having not been around for 2 weeks. The Fizz is in, pulled down towards... That's how he's out last time. And this time he's got away with it. Just about. Was it 6 or 4?
And that's his 100. Well, it doesn't matter either way. It's 100.
It doesn't matter either way, but it is his 100. He pulled that down to long leg. It was a bit top edgy, and there was a man running around, and he could have caught it, but he was on the stretch, and I think it went between his arms in the end. He overstretched it, but he was on a dive, and it was a bit tricky. Still, pros might expect to catch that. Maybe not the man down there. Rohit moves on to his 100. They're still checking whether it's a 4 or 6. But you can play his 100 Centurion jingle.
I can't find it.
Oh, it's in play.
It's in play.
And it'll be I think it's hit the sponge on the 12. It's number 12, sorry. Not on the 12. It's on the full.
Yeah.
I think just it's hit the
sponge.
Bottom of the Nissan.
Definitely.
Yeah,
the Nissan advertising, not an actual Nissan parked on the outfield. Yeah, definitely.
No, actually, no, I'm changing my mind. I think it's just hit the ground first.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
Congratulations, sir. You are a Centurion.
Now, yay! On a completely tangential and unrelated thing, not totally, Nissan. Well, we had that jingle, Ish Nissan C or whatever. Does Nissan, is it 2-3? Is that what it's supposed to be?
What?
What?
Well, Ich Nissan C, she, is Nissan 2-3.
What are you on about?
What?
Does anybody know what he's on about?
We have a jingle before, which is Nissan C.
The Japanese.
Yeah, it's a Japanese. So is Nissan Japanese? Does the car company just literally mean 2-3?
Nissan.
Meaning.
I don't know.
I'm googling it. Nissan meaning in Japanese. Nissan's name is pretty straightforward. The first kanji means sun. And the second one, no, Bear.
No.
Yes, no. Okay. The short answer is no.
Well, that's cleared it up. That's been floating around in my mind for about 4 or 5 days. And I keep meaning to ask people. I keep forgetting.
Thanks for asking us. Sat Beer is listening to us from California, and the jingles are hilarious.
Good. I'm glad you like them. I can't remember what I was going to say. And there must have been a drinks break. That's why we're wittering rubbish.
Sahil has said, haha, yes. That is what I was referring to. You guys are doing a great job,
Well,
but I'm
thank you
not
very
sure
much.
what we were referring to.
I think your arse.
Oh, right.
I think
We're still
if
on
you're
that.
in any doubt for the next,
I think your arse needs
Yeah.
needs a Twitter handle, just like my crack has one.
No, that could get so terribly inappropriate.
Endo's kidney stone's got one.
Yeah. Lambu Joe
And
has tweeted saying, breaking! India and Bangladesh setting miraculous world baseball records today. It's 264 to 192 in just the first innings.
What?
I don't know. I'm just reading out what I'm saying here.
Baseball fan. They have 9 innings. This is one.
Nitin Bajaj has tweeted, on Hindi comms, Shastri just said India's saying, who's your daddy?
Ooh.
Hashtag arsewipe. And Ravi Nair says, how many seeded teams have just lost batting second in this tournament? Don't think India would have walked this batting first.
No. I think most
Is that all you... No.
Well, no, most teams do like to chase.
Yeah.
That's driven by Kohli out to cover and there's no run. I mean, it is. It's
'cause
always
if you were
nice to know
batting
what you're chasing.
If you were batting first, you wouldn't think 265 would be a winning total.
Well, exactly. That's the thing. Much the same as yesterday. Oh wow! Why didn't you dive, fool? There's a man from long off comes running across as Shakib's driven out to extra cover beautifully by Kohli. I mean, he kind of got there and he could have dove, but he didn't, and it went to the boundary for 4. It's a shame this. Bangladesh kind of fallen apart, as I said. After about 33 hours of their batting, it's all gone a bit horribly wrong.
We have a new listener.
Yay!
But I can't
Hello.
really say their name. It's Prash Antishina, 21, and he's listening for the first time. Where are you listening from?
Where are you listening from? Please do tell us.
Knuckle, breaking news. South East London man digs through core of planet when asked for comment. It's fucking hot.
Oh, please. That last ball was driven square on the offside. There's no run. Floated up again by Shaki. Driven beautifully square. There is a man sweeping on the cover boundary. It'll be 1 run.
Sorry, Bear.
No, go.
Crack de Bear is getting worried. He says, good grief. If the Hoff Bear keeps this up, we may have to part company. How deep can he dig the hole?
Oh, dear.
Even your arse is abandoning you.
Yeah.
I've stopped digging. That's defended out to cover, and there's no run.
Steve Kellett recalls that a girlfriend a long time ago had the same toenail butchery performed on her with much the same result.
Yeah, I think it may have been looking back at the mid-80s. That's cut. Out to the man on the boundary. There's no run. I mean, I still remember the guy coming in and saying, "Oh, that's easy. I'll just do this." And I was a bit kind of like, I was 14. You don't sort of question it. But it did seem he was a bit blasé about it. And he just sliced the side of my toe off, and then said, "Oh, that'll be fine."
So does it grow?
Well, it can't. I think that's pretty much hard skin. Actually, I don't think it's proper toenail.
Right,
If it gets
okay.
too long, it just pulls off. I pulled a massive chunk of it off here a couple of weeks ago.
Lovely.
And is it
I hope you binned
It's probably
it.
lying on the floor
Is
next
it
to
easy to pull?
it doesn't have any nerve endings, so it doesn't feel.
Okay.
You see, I love gross things like that. Have you guys watched Dr. Pimple Popper?
No.
Where she goes and pops really massive cysts
Oh.
and stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
Proper, like
Popping
blackheads
zits
the
when I was a
size-
teenager was a
Yeah.
pleasure.
Please tell me this is only on YouTube
Yeah.
and not on I don't know, MTV.
No, she's on YouTube, yeah. She's an Asian doctor working in America.
Oh.
And these huge blackheads, the size of like 2p coins, she cuts out from people's backs and stuff. It's odd viewing, really. Steve Kellett says, so, can we start the conspiracy theories about the ICC having engineered an India-Pakistan final?
Well, we could do.
But we won't.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, I mean, Pakistan are better bowling first almost because they're bowling. I don't know, it's tricky. Taskin.
I think you should keep commentating while this is on.
Well, the first ball, he drives that furiously, gets an inside half the bat up to mid-on. There's no run. I mean, in this tournament, you got to say Pakistan are an odd team. I mean, it's difficult because they're so I mean, we always say that Pakistan are mercurial, but in a way they really are. I mean, they have some batsmen who can get some runs, but you really don't trust them to get runs. That's played into the leg side by Rohit to mid-wicket, and there's no run. I mean, it's possible they could get large runs on Sunday, but you just wouldn't trust them to. But then you look at their bowling, and they do seem to be able to pull rabbits out of hats with bowling. And they have left arms and right arms. They've got a leggy and a lefty and a normal right arm spinner. So they've got all the options with their bowling.
Well, Shikhar Singh has tweeted us saying that he's listening on speakers in the office, and an American colleague overheard butt crack discourse saying, "Are you sure you're listening to a game?"
Yeah, this isn't like your TV commentary. That's a beautiful drive by Rohit. It's on the inside of mid-off. He's quite wide.
Kids can't listen and you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary, crossing a boundary.
Now Greg has tweeted saying, "I've tweeted it before," so Bear, I think you're being told off here. Nissan factory team race a car with number 23, so commentators call out Nissan when referring to the car.
Ah, right. Okay. And that does fit in with Nissan Shi. Ich Nissan Shi.
Yeah.
They need to realise that, that you're not quite here all the time, really.
No, that does ring a bell. Probably when it was first introduced as a jingle. I tell you, I've been here 15 days. 14 days out of 15.
You are the
driven
chair.
out to the cover boundary for a single.
Messi Jez continues his list, but this time it's things you do expect to hear on Guerrilla Cricket, and it's number 1. I can't remember what I was going to say.
Yeah.
We're being told by Rahul Anantharanaman, Ni is 2 and San is 3 in Japanese.
Yes.
That's where this problem all started.
Yeah. Indeed.
A very small bit of Japanese knowledge.
Angled by Kohli down to third man. He gets himself a single.
Viral has tweeted, he's a first-time listener. He's
Yay!
another one.
Hello.
He's another one from Minnesota in the USA. He says, "Great job. We'll be back on Sunday. Makes my work so much faster."
Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll be here on Sunday. It's mouth-watering, as you say. ICC conspiracy? Probably not.
No, but the ICC will be delighted.
Oh yes, they will be.
Absolutely
It's another
delighted.
isn't it, a billion viewers for that game. That's played up to mid-on, past the bowler. He gets a hand on it. They can't get a single. That's the end of the 35th over.
And we have another new listener from Illinois, USA. It's Devanshu. I'm listening for the first time and enjoying your commentary.
Why, thank you.
And
Hello,
Richard
Deva.
Peel has dipped into our Facebook Live feed for the first time.
Hello!
He
Facebook.
said, yeah, you wouldn't be saying that when I've read this out.
Oh, okay.
He said, alternated between feeling like a dirty voyeur and art critic at a postmodern exhibit.
Well, that's fine, whatever. Dirty boy, I kind of like that. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no.
You need a paltry 41 to win. They have 90 balls to do it in. They've got 9 wickets remaining. It's India-Pakistan in the final. What a mouth-watering prospect. I just hope... The last time I saw Pakistan in a final was that one...
In 99?
Which is the one I bet that it would be an Australia-Pakistan final and Australia will win. And that's exactly what happened. But Pakistan were woeful.
They were. That was the last day of my stag.
Played up to long off for no run.
Your stag lasted for over a day.
Oh, stags always last for
My
over a
stag
day.
lasted
Really?
for a month. It was the
Right.
99 World Cup. I went to 12 games.
I can't remember a stag I've been on that's only been one night. That's played out to deep cover by Kohli. Beautiful drive. No, sorry, that was Rohit. It'll bring Kohli back on strike.
And we
It's these days.
were offered, I think, £1,000 a ticket for our tickets for the final. We
Really?
had 2 of them.
That would have paid for the whole stag.
And it would have paid for the whole tournament.
Well,
and we didn't sell them, and I kind of regretted it.
Yeah, I was going to.
Pakistan played so
badly.
abysmally.
Driven out to cover. There was another single, and Kohli this time goes back to Shakib and punches it up to long on. Gets himself another single. Every stag I've ever been on has been A, very messy, B, about 3 days, at least 2 nights, and somewhere. I mean, I've been on bull runs in...
What?
The last 2 stags I went to was the Secret Garden Party, where we hired a yurt in a very VIP field.
That is
Spammed
like...
for 2 days.
Can I just say
Punched
that is
up to long on for a single. I was best man at that. He lasted less than a year.
That is like, why did you go to a teens festival?
It was a good stag, though, wasn't it?
I don't know. We were in our 40s. It was quite fun, though. It was a bit weird on the first night. That's played out to deep cover.
They're all like
for a single.
17.
Yeah, they are. It was weird. There's body dysmorphia in young kids is crazy. All the kids had the tops off and they all had six-pack. And, of course, we were all in our 40s and basically with beer guts. But we were all wondering, and we were completely off our trolleys, and as you would be. But I hadn't been to a festival for about 20 years. The last festival I've been to was Glastonbury in about the end of the 90s or something. And, we were wandering around there just going, what the hell are we doing here? But by the second day, we were kind of into it.
Any good bands playing?
You
What's
can't
the name?
remember.
Insomnia.
Oh, yeah, Insomnia. They're big.
No, not Insomnia, but the ones who did Insomnia. What's his name? Girl on the Heath eating tights.
You can see how much I know about it. Guys, I'm really down with the kids.
Yeah, you were trying to make it sound as if you knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, but I really didn't.
And they had...
Handily, he was there, and I don't think he knows what he's talking about either.
Beautiful shot by Kohli. Is that going to be 6 or more?
Yes.
I think that's just 4. He slapped that off the back foot, square cut, over to back where backward point would be. One bounce just before the fence, and it's 4 more runs, 233 for 1.
And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary,
So I'm playing the hip-hop one again, just in honour of all our new listeners in California.
Oh, I love it. Nathan White has said, this toe talk is reminding me of Faulty Towers' Sybil ingrowing toenail.
That could be. Worked into the leg side by Kohli, and as far as mid-wicket, who's there? Stops a single. Amazing.
Jeff Perkins, vacation day here, just emerged from the lake for a bit to have some lunch and check the score. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. The lake must be cold, I would imagine. He's up in... I'm going to get it wrong, so I'm not going to say it.
Oh, go on.
Great, insightful.
Yeah. A lake one of the Minnesota lakes, because they've got loads of them.
Yeah, he's Minnesota.
They've got thousands.
Isn't that what they're called, the Great Lakes?
I wouldn't say
No,
Wisconsin.
well, the Great Lakes are the ones next to...
Guided down to third man for another single. Kohli moves on to 78.
And Michigan and Ohio and Canada. No. Minnesota has 1,000 lakes or something, 10,000 lakes. Yeah. It's the land of the lakes or something. There's some phrase like that for it.
Cool. Well, Radhika says that she's enjoying the commentary and that we're doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Radhika.
Kindly. We'll be here on Sunday for the final.
New follower, HSNJ. First-time listener from, oh my word, somewhere in Wisconsin with lots of W's. This channel is awesome. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you very much. We're here all year round. Pulled by Rohit behind square. There is a man square, and there is a man to find a fine leg, but it's 4 runs.
Bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary.
I didn't mean to press that one again. No. I was trying for another.
Well, you want to go to boundaries for Mog and press number 3.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
Is that the Japanese one?
Yeah, that's Ichi-ni-san-si.
Everyone on Facebook Live is being treated. There's a real treat going on Facebook Live. We've got Mahesh S. Isla says, greetings from Atlanta. Nice job. Thank you very much.
Kindly.
Swing it both ways, not swing both ways. Very different meaning. Says that he's back from a meeting. So which is it? Pak Zindabad or India Zindabad? I forget.
Well, it's Pakistan Zindabad. That's played out on the pull by Rohit, out deep mid-wicket, just gets himself a single.
We have another new follower, Amrock. Hi, he is in Kerala in India, a beautiful part of India, and he's a first-time listener. You should go. The Kerala backwaters are absolutely beautiful.
I've always said this, when I was young I smoked too much weed, and that's why I never went to Asia. I was always scared of it and put in prison. And I do know someone who got put in prison for smoking a reefer on a Thai beach. And he wasn't particularly a stoner at all. I mean, he worked for quite a big bank, I think, at the time.
The notorious non-stoners bankers.
Yeah. Well, everyone I know.
I think it works the other way round in those bits of the world. I think you're probably more likely to get away with being a dope smoker.
No, I know your point.
Played up to mid-on 20 over and there's no run. Well, no, I mean, he was literally, he was on the beach with his missus and he wasn't a big toker. He had a spliff. Police came, put him in prison, and then he basically had to tell his job that he'd fallen ill in Thailand. It took him about 6 months to get out of prison, and they had to get loads of money from England and get out there.
I know once you're in prison in that part of the world, it is very difficult to get out.
Just for a spliff, I mean, for crying out loud. And that was my fear of Asia, was basically down to that. I just didn't want to end up in some weird Asian prison because I've smoked too much weed when I was young.
Ravi Nair says the look of rue on the sea mistress's face when she realised she's only been to hen nights, whereas stags last longer. I've never been to a hen night, Ravi. None of my friends are old enough to be married yet.
That's all coming then.
Yeah.
It's good fun, that whole period. Stag nights are great.
Yeah, stag nights are great. I've never been on a hen night.
Really?
But the people that I know who have been on them,
Shacky bowls,
never really sounded like as much fun.
The point.
What you don't really want, is 16 people at a table when you get the bill then saying, well, I only had the salad.
Bollocks to that.
You just put your money in
the pot, get
money
hammered.
in the pot and get off your face.
Yes, exactly. Cut behind square, down to the man sweeping on the cover boundary. It'll be another single. Yeah, it's Father's Day on the final, isn't it?
Oh, well, why don't you introduce your father to guerrilla cricket? What a beautiful gift. The gift of sound and cricket commentary.
Bring your children.
Around the wickets, defended by Kohli, back up the track. There's no one. They only need 25 to win. They're only in the 38th over. I imagine they'll accelerate now and it'll all be fine.
Navtej Singh says he's listening to you guys chatting. Listening to you guys chatting feels like sitting with you guys in a living room. God bless you all.
There you go. That's the whole premise of the show, my man. That's worked very fine by Kohli. He just clips it off his legs. It races down to a very fine leg boundary. It's 4 more runs, 2-4-4 for 1.
Now my innings going, great guns, I hit the ball. 4 runs, I hit the ball, and it went for 4 runs.
That's not the one you were asking me to play, though, is it? But where is the one you were asking me to play? I can't find it on this piece of technology.
No, it's just Mog. Go into Mog.
Boundaries Mog. That's driven up to mid-off, long-off.
But it's been reorganised. There isn't a boundaries Mog.
Yes, it's right at the top where you were.
Anyway, we've got more tweets.
Yes, okay, sorry.
There you go.
Harjit Mavi has said, hi guys, great job, listening for the first time from Canada.
Well, you're going to have a chance to play it now because that's a stand and deliver ball. Shakir's bowled it short, wide, outside off stump. Kohli's just dismissed that over the top of cover, raced away to the ex-cover boundary. 4 more runs, Kohli's cruising. Here we go.
Did you say number 3?
Number 3.
It's Nissan She. It's Nissan She.
I love the groove behind that one.
Yeah, that's very good. I also
nice
like
laid back hip hop beat.
The Sesame Street one's good as well.
Yeah.
That's number 1.
That's number 1, okay.
Yeah.
When another boundary inevitably comes, because this game's
done.
Yeah.
This game is done. Much like England yesterday, Bangladesh have succumbed. I mean, they didn't get enough runs on the board. You'd have thought 300, 320 might have been a bit more testing. The thing about India, they don't lose that early wicket. Every other team, occasionally they don't lose an early wicket, but pretty much every team in this tournament at some stage or another has lost an early wicket in the opening partnership. And the odds are that eventually you will, and maybe that'll happen in the final. But Rohit and Shikhar Dhawan just cruise up to 100 most of the time. They're not really bothered about scoring too quickly. They're both aware that they can accelerate so much quicker if they need to anyway. I mean, Rohit's got the highest ODI score in world history, so he knows he can get 264 in 50 overs. It doesn't matter. And on his last 50 in that his last 100 came off like 45 or 50 balls or something stupid. So he knows he can do it. So there's no hurry. And if you don't, Jesus Christ, that was absolute filth. Sabir's onto bowl. I think that was some kind of right arm. It was a leggy, pitched short and filthily, and swatted over deep mid wicket. Well, 2 deep mid wicket. There's no one out on the boundary now. 4 more runs.
The number of the day. Who could ask for more? The number of the day is 4.
No, there was a man out there, but he couldn't get around 10 yards to field it. It was hit so hard by Kohli. He lets that one go outside. He's off stump through the keeper, and there's no run. He could get himself a ton here still, couldn't he?
Yeah. Sorry, there's so much going on the Twitter feed. I didn't even know what's going on the pitch.
Oh.
Well, it's all but done. Just give us the tweets.
Floated up there. See you later, Gary. He's off. Single out to deep cover. And they move on to 254 for 1. Rohit's got 120. Maybe he'll let Kohli get the last 11 runs and let him hit a 4 off the last one. 8,000 ODI career runs already for Virat Kohli.
What is going on? We're being photographed. We're being papped.
Keir Starmer. is staring at me from the back of your phone. That's worked into the leg side by Rohit. Gets himself a single.
Oh yes, my MP, who I was out campaigning for on election day, is on the back of my phone. I was trying to take a picture of the action in here and include the Patreon sign on the back of it.
Indeed.
Which you have coordinated with today.
Kohli goes back, punches
Not
up
deliberately.
too long on for a single.
The cricket vixen whimpers another person from Wisconsin, my people. Yasir Usman, nice job. You've made listening to the cricket over the past week enjoyable.
Why, thank you very much.
And what's MD as an American state? Gaithersburg, MD.
Maryland?
Yeah, could be. That last ball is defended out to mid-wicket and there's no run.
Smoothie is popped out and hope to return to India 6 down with a mountain to climb.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
This is it. As I said, they haven't lost an early wicket. And the only way any team's going to beat this lot, in fact, is to get into the wickets early. They've got a very powerful top 6. And if you let them, especially with a new ball that doesn't do anything after 8-10 overs, if you don't take wickets early, you don't get the bigger guys. Ideally you need to get them 2 down in 10 overs. Yeah. And then you might stand a chance. But no one's got anywhere close to doing that. They've hardly lost a wicket before about the 18th over in this tournament, which just makes life easy. Even a game they lost, they scored 320. And Sri Lanka had an amazing effort to chase it down. Guided by Kohli. There is a man at short third man though, and he won't get it past him, so there's no run.
Okay, so India are clear favourites for the fight.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
But how about if they batted first and ended up getting, I don't know, a little bit less than you'd have expected, 310, and then
this goes on to my point. That's driven up to mid. Long off, and it's a single for Kohli. That's my point. I don't think Pakistan feel comfortable chasing more than 260, 270, so they almost want to bowl first and try and... But the problem they have then is if they don't restrict the side to that. If they bat first, they don't know what a good score is, I don't feel. I think that they feel much more comfortable bowling first, relying on their bowlers. That's played out to deep extra cover off the back foot. They're just crawling singles now. That could have been a 2, but... no need to do it. They need 7 off 63 balls, so it's driven out to that region and they get a single. Pakistan feel most... this is it. Everyone said, it's going to be tricky for them to get 211, but when you look at a target of 211 in 50 overs, you don't have to score at any rate. Therefore, it gives the batsman much more comfortable to play a natural game. That's whipped out towards deep mid-wicket, and they'll get another single. 6 required, 1 hit required to win this game. And
Kohli's not going to get his ton.
Kohli's not going to get his ton. And what he could do, he could get a 4 and then 6 to finish the game off, and he'd end up with 101. Rohit defends that up too long on. Kohli didn't want to take that run, and there is no run. He becomes to tell that we're going to finish the game off anyway because it's over.
Yeah.
On the Twitter sphere, Nitin Bajaj says, Bear, weed's practically legal in India and always has been. You've missed out.
Oh, bummer.
This was my feeling about it.
Played out to deep mid-wicket, there's no run. Well, since I don't smoke as much now as I used to when I was younger anyway, in fact, I don't really smoke much at all. I just thought
if anybody's listening.
I do have a real hankering to visit it now. My wife went to university in India. I don't know what they're doing now. They're having drinks. They're just pumping fists. It's 4 required of 60 balls. Going to be over this over. I do have a real hankering to go and visit there now. But now I've got the 3 kids and they're 11, 9 and bloody 7. I don't want to drag them over there. Some friends of mine who work out in that part of the world. But the kids don't appreciate it. And I quite like to have a peaceful time.
Maybe you could... pawn the kids off to, I don't know, their Uncle Hendo for a week.
I'd love to see Hendo look after my kids for a week. It'd be hilarious. In fact, 3. That's it. Game over. Kohli has just driven that beautifully through extra cover. There isn't a man out there. Bangladesh is to come.
I know you count it. You're all about it. You want to shout it, count the 4 times.
Oh, and you had to pick a crappy jingle for the final 4.
I quite like that.
Bangladesh have succumbed quite easily to India. Very easily. India have won by 9 wickets. you have to say Bangladesh were looking quite good at the halfway point in their batting innings. They were looking at a score of 320, and then it went horribly wrong when the filth that was Kedar Jadhav came on to bowl. Hardik Pandya bowled pretty pants, and so they had to turn somewhere else. And his first over was just horrible, filthy rubbish. And then his next over, Tamim had a big slog sweep at one. Head was in the air, got bowled. 2 overs later, Mushfiqur got another half tracker. He got down, hit it perfectly sweetly out of the middle, but straight to Kohli, who was fielding at a sort of straightish mid-wicket. And from there on in, the innings subsided. It was a real shame.
I know we've been talking, we will talk a lot about India, etc., definitely on Sunday, but can we just take some time to talk about how sensational Bangladesh have been?
Oh, they've been
and the
very
fact
good.
that they've got themselves to this point for the first time in any international tournament.
Indeed, and I think hats off to them. I think that the first tour I ever covered of Bangladesh, we were talking about earlier in the day with Gary, was in 2009, and it was Test match Sophie had only been going it was our second series, I think, and we decided to carry on, and it was like, well, if we're going to carry on, we'll just do everything. And this is the away series in Bangladesh. God, that's going to be dull. And it wasn't particularly spectacular. Carberry was batting then, and Bangladesh the wickets were slow, and England won in 5 days very easily, but it was really slow cricket. And then we haven't really seen them much apart from the odd IDI tournament, and then now we had to do that series when you were on, weren't you? And we did the series just before Christmas. They were on home territory, and that's fine. I mean, that's what home advantage is all about. And actually, it was a thrilling 3-match. Was it 3 or 2 tests we played? We only played 2 tests. Two. Yeah, we won 1, lost 1. But I mean, they beat us fair and square, and then they beat us in one of the ODIs. And I think that the players that I first saw in 2009 and now the sort of senior pros in the side, and there's you've got Tamim, and you've got Shakib, Mamadullah, who's the other one? God, the brain's like sick. There's another big one in there. Who am I thinking of? No, 4 and 5. Mushfiqur, of course, Mushfiqur. I mean, he was a teenager then. And then you've got at home they had the right arm spinner, Mehdi Hassan, and the fizzer is in there as well. And so they've got some good seeds of some good bowling as well. And if they get given a more opportunity and they win some games, that's obviously where confidence comes. It happened to Sri Lanka when they won the World Cup in 96, wasn't it? They won it? Or was it 92? 96. And things can build from there. And they've got a population of 160 million. Why the hell shouldn't they have a bloody decent cricket team? They're all cricket mad.
There are also something like 44 million of them, aren't there? So there should be some good cricketers.
Well, it's I think the population of Bangladesh is 160, 70 million. It's massive, It's really
bigger than
very populous country. And they all love cricket. So give them time and space and they'll grow and they'll be a very good team. Unfortunately, they've lost today. Which brings on to India, who just looked supreme. I mean, even the game they lost to Sri Lanka, they scored 320 runs. Their batting hasn't faltered once in this whole entire tournament. Their bowling, I expected to be better. They've given away runs at times.
Yeah, I was going to say, their bowling was a bit pants today and they got away with it.
Yeah, I mean, to a certain degree, I thought they would bowl better in England, but they do seem to have not been able to contain sides at all, very much. And you'd say, if you looked at a bowling attack for Sunday, you'd say, well, if Pakistan can bowl how they bowl to England and how they bowl to South Africa, then they can restrict. I mean, this is the thing about Pakistan. They need to restrict. If they're not batting first, they need to restrict India to no more than 270. To be in with a shout. We'll see how that pans out, I guess.
Should we wrap up the tweets?
Yeah, let's wrap up the tweets. Wrap up the show.
Knuckle says, in Goa, it's practically legal. No, sorry, it's practically illegal not to be permanently stoned. Bear, you've really missed out on this,
I
apparently.
have missed out on this, apparently.
Shazad said, thanks a lot for Pakistan Zindabad. What's your name, sir? It will be a thrilling day for us on Sunday. His name is the Bear.
My name is the Bear.
Justin Evans. Interesting that in my fairly diverse timeline, there's more love for guerrilla cricket than BBC TMS. Food Thought Ponders.
Well, you see, there you go.
Fazar H, it's been great listening to you guys this week. I'll be watching Final live, but we'll check in for some guerrilla banter. Thank you very much. Rohan Mahantre says, we appreciate your efforts in pronouncing the Indian names. P.S. We need Ravi Shastri's iconic trace a bullet phrase. Swing It Both Ways says, sorry, the best for the situation is my name, Lakan. I'm not sure what that is. Dr. Dan Diaper has done a 5th live sketch during the India-Bangladesh match. It's Virat Kohli, of course, he says, and he's tweeted us that. Thank you very much. Ravi Nair offers some reasons to Justin Evans as to why Guerrilla Cricket gets more love than BBC TMS on his feed. Amrock says, does Pakistan have any chance against India? The answer is yes.
Of course they have a chance. Everyone has a chance. It's a 50-over game. Anyone can beat anyone on their given day.
Raj Loganathan says, listening from Abu Dhabi Airport on transit to Thailand. Was just listening to your pothead stories. Missed most part.
No.
Ankur Nath Misra says, stuck in traffic. You people save lives. Raj is back saying, can you guys give me a recap of the game, please? Well, you could just watch the highlights or pay for Patreon and you'll be able to listen to it again.
Quick wrap up in 30 seconds. Bangladesh batted pretty well, got to about 133 with ease. In fact, 160 at about the 30 over stage. Then they kind of collapsed. As I just said, they had a bit of an accident against Jadhav Kedar, really. And from there on in, it went horribly wrong. They only ended up getting 260, and India chased them down with absolute ease. Once again, the opening partnership was over 100. Rohit got a ton. I'm not sure what Shikhar got. I got back off just after he was out, and Kohli got 92, I think, or 95 at the end of the game, not out. India looking good for the final, but let's just wait and see.
That was definitely longer than 30 seconds.
It was longer than 30 seconds, but it was only about a minute.
Vihesh Vic says he's listening to us for the second time on TuneIn from New Jersey, from bat talk to butt crack talk. Smiley face. Good job, guys.
You can have anything on here.
Smooty says, blimey, most hennies I know are of a weekend at least. Never understand the whole crazy concept of stag hen weekends and holidays.
No, they're bloody expensive, but they're good fun.
Stuff Axel, thanks guys, great job. Discovered your audio feed today.
Thank you.
Nitin Bajaj has said, super coverage today, folks. Had a great time and see you for the big one on Sunday.
Indeed. We'll be here. We'll be on air at about usual time, somewhere between 10:20 and 10:25. That's about as close as I can get.
Depending on what time people roll out of bed.
Depending on what people roll out of bed and what time how long we feel like talking before the first ball. But there you go. That's it for the day. We'll see you on Sunday, as we said, in the morning. It's been very nice of you to join us throughout this thing, and we finally get to the final, Pakistan, India. What the ICC would have loved. We'll see you then. Theme tune?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I'm just old technology.
Yeah, I laid you a perfect lead out there, Busfield.
I know, and I've been doing so well with the...
No,
it's just pressing buttons wherever it goes now. Theme tune. I don't know. Which theme tune would you like me to play?
The theme tune.
What, number 2?
Number 2. After all that, goodbye.
Bye.
Take large, man the barricades, patrol the cover boundary. At last the time has come, this is a cricketing emergency. Hear this call to arms for every cricket revolutionary. Take up your bats and stumps for the test match insurgency. At first they tried to silence us, but we would not be silenced. They threatened us with lies, so we threatened them with violence. Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket. It's not about the winning, it's about how many rules you break. Even in cricket commentary, this is the best advice to take. Pick guerrilla cricket, it's the finest choice you'll ever make. There's so much more to cricket than rev counters and a slice of cake. At first they tried to sanitize us and clean up our act, but people like it filthy, and we know that for a fact. Fidel Castro, Lenny Pascoe, Carlos the Jackal, Umar Akmal, Mahatma Gandhi, Grant and Andy, Brendan Behan, Austin Ian, guerrilla cricket. Stick with us, cause you know we're not the kind of thing that you see on the TV and the radio. So vive la revolution. First they tried to buy us, but we would not be bought. Okay, we were, but then we ran away, and we will not be caught. Would not give up the ghost when they left us all for dead. They decapitated us, but we just grew another head. Chairman Mao, Jamie Howe, Ho Chi Minh, Asif Din, Václav Havel, Graham Saville, No Surrender, Percy Fender, Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre,